Hey Leo, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your second week of June reading, your tarot reading, and this is just a general. And so if you would like a private reading, my link to Etsy is below where you can find those. At the end, I'm doing a pick a card using art oracles, so go ahead and set your intention with what it is that you need to hear and whether card 1, 2, or 3 will be the one for you, or you can choose more than one if you like. Your theme this week is kick up your heels with 4 of Swords. So this is very much Home Alone energy, like Kevin doing whatever he wanted, jumping on the bed. This is what do you do when no one else is looking? It's really taking care of yourself fully and letting it all hang out. And so to that end, I am using the Regretsy tarot. And so you have the King of Tools. That's like the King of Swords. The 8 of Genitalia reversed. So that's like the 8 of Cups reversed. The 3 of Whimsicals reversed. So that's like the 3 of Pentacles reversed. So they're referring here to anything steampunk. If it has a gear on it, it's steampunk. And I guess there was a trend of some genital pendants that were very popular for a time. And this is referring to the one-sleeved shrug that may have been popular for a moment. And finally you have the Photographer. And this is the Knight of Tools, and he is in reverse. That's the Knight of Swords in reverse. So it's funny, it's interesting. I'd be drawn to use this deck for this reading because it's sort of poking fun at the worst of the worst of Etsy offenses, maybe the strangest of trends, because the message is showing you feeling not recognized for your work, even so far as to say disrespected. And so it may have you feeling like you need with this to abandon this idea. It's like abandoning yourself, abandoning this idea of yourself as a creative person or an artist. And it is saying, though, in reverse, not so fast. Because, well, not because. Let me end it there. So, end the sentence there. With this, it's showing a tendency to start more projects than you finish. Like there's just a hard time getting momentum because there's a sense of like, it may feel good to start it, but then as you get through it, it's just like there's a sense of what's this for? No one's going to see it, no one's going to enjoy it, and there's just, you're just kind of run out of steam, run out of gas at the end to help you see it through the end. So I'm seeing a whole lot of half-completed projects, a whole lot of projects begun and very few actually finished. And so this lack of focus may be contributing to that. I feel like it's connected to purpose. And because that purpose may be externally oriented, wanting to be seen, wanting to be rewarded in some way, and it's too hard to stay passionate, stay consistent. That's what this right here is. Passionate, consistent, and meticulous about the details from start to finish, and access flow state. Because of that, because you're not getting that feedback back, you're not getting the reward back. There's like, you have your tank full with the idea, you use the gas to get so far, and it's not getting refilled by a response. And so here we are with your energy of this week. It's talking about that Home Alone energy. If you've been choosing projects, designing an idea, thinking of things with that intention of what would people want, what would people respond to, how, if your end game is to get that response, is to give people what you think they want, that is the crux of the issue. So it's going to be more about what would you create if no one was ever going to see it. What out of this world shit would be fun as hell to make for its own sake. What is the truest expression of your soul, whether anyone sees it or not? Something that is going to be that fun from start and finish because it is so deeply connected to you and your authentic expression. Who gives a shit who's going to see it or not see it and what they're going to think? Okay, so to that end, let's use the art oracles to get your pick a card. And honestly, I don't have the deepest understanding of art history. I know some of these, not all of them, so I will read the little blurb at the bottom. which is a little bit tongue-in-cheek. But if you like, you can go ahead and research the artists that you get, and there might be something about their work and their life that is relevant to your situation. Even if you don't agree with who they are, or you can't agree with who someone is, right? Agree with their philosophy or politics, you probably, you won't agree with everyone, but there may be something about what they experienced or something about the way they see the world that is supposed to help you with your perspective and help you tap into that authentic expression. Okay, Leo, second week of June. Let me tune in. Okay. First artist for Leo in the second week of June. Card 1. You have Wasily Kandinsky. It says, transcend systems to find spirit. Hear music through sight and begin with a dot. Okay? The thing I do remember about him was the idea that color could be as expressive as music notes. And so that's going to be using one medium differently than you would normally use it. And transcend systems to find spirit. That seems like getting out of, like Etsy, we're using the Regretsy tarot, so it's like, what category would it go under? How would you categorize it so it can be found in a search? You might have to get outside of that kind of thinking, and that it's a pure expression of spirit. Alright, anyways. Card 2. Also, begin with a dot. That makes me think of how we were talking about that external motivation and having an end game in mind for where you start, and maybe not having anything at all, but starting with no intention, and just starting right where you are with what you have, and then seeing where it goes and let it unfold on its own. Sorry. Card 2 for Leo. Second artist for Leo. Buckminster Fuller. Live to serve, serve to solve. Invent the words by which you live your life. Great heights are best seen from your lowest point. All right. Number 3, card 3. Andy Warhol. Eat dessert before dinner. Give your 15 minutes some time. Wanting can be better than having. Eat dessert before dinner. Now that reminds me of Kevin from Home Alone, doesn't it? Alright, anyways, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you in a week. Thank you.